What if everything you thought you knew about God, the moon, and your purpose on earth is only half the story? What if the very force that shaped your physical body is now something you're meant to transcend? According to mystical science, the moon isn't just a rock orbiting the earth. It's a remnant, a cosmic shell of a past evolutionary phase. And the being we know as Yahweh or Jehovah is not the highest God, but an Elohim, a moon spirit, an angel of form, tasked with crafting the physical form of humanity. Mystics Rudolf Steiner and Helena Blavatsky both describe this lunar intelligence as vital to our incarnation, but also as a force we're now meant to evolve beyond. Because we're not meant to remain lunar beings. We are becoming solar. Connect to your higher self. Focus to motivate and enrich your life, and inspire others to find their true path. Join me on a journey to discover your power and higher purpose. This esoteric mystery drives the very course of human evolution on Earth. Rudolf Steiner, founder of anthroposophy, described the moon as a fragment of an earlier cosmic condition he called the Old Moon, a stage in the Earth's evolution when soul, form, and matter were still deeply intertwined. In his book, Occult Science, An Outline, Steiner writes that the moon was separated from Earth so that evolution could proceed. Had the moon remained bound to Earth, humanity would have been trapped in a kind of dreamlike, semi-conscious state. The moon, with its powerful formative forces, would have continually reinforced the etheric and astral patterns of past evolutionary processes, blocking our progress into spiritual freedom. Helena Blavatsky, writing decades earlier in The Secret Doctrine, described the moon as the parent of the Earth. She claimed that all the life waves now evolving on our planet first passed through a lunar phase. But the moon, she emphasized, is now dead, not merely geologically, but spiritually. It is the fossilized record of a previous cycle of existence. To both Steiner and Blavatsky, the moon represents a past phase of humanity's development, one that was necessary, but humans have now grown out of that phase. Or have we? Yahweh and the Elohim, lords of form. Here enters Yahweh, or as we know him, Jehovah, a being Steiner identifies as one of the Elohim, or a spirit or angel of form. These Elohim are high-ranking spiritual beings in the Hebrew tradition, often referred to in plural form. Western Christianity, through misinterpretation of Hebrew words in Genesis, later reduced the word Elohim, which means plural gods, to a singular God. The God we consider as the source of all. Yet Yahweh or Jehovah is not the one source of all. Steiner says Yahweh remained connected to the moon after it separated from Earth. This was his heavenly duty. From there, he continued to influence humanity, not through inner spiritual development, but through external formation, biology, heredity, and physical law. Yahweh, in Steiner's view, is the architect of the physical body, especially of reproduction and ancestry. His wisdom is engraved in bones, bloodlines, and DNA. He is the guardian of incarnation. Through him, the past lives on in the body through our DNA. Blavatsky agrees with this general motif. She refers to Jehovah as a lunar deity, one concerned with generation, matter, and form. But unlike Steiner, she often describes him as a lesser deity or even a demiurgic power, a power that has come to exalt the physical form or matter over spirit. For her, the God of the Old Testament is not the ultimate source, but a being among many, a part of the hierarchy of cosmic builders, the group of spirits or angels known as the Elohim. So in both Steiner's and Blavatsky's cosmologies, Yahweh is a moon god, powerful, formative, but not the final word. The moon made the body, but you are becoming the sun. Here's the spiritual twist. While the moon and Yahweh govern the building of our physical form, the true evolution of humanity is solar. Steiner taught that the Christ being, a solar logos, entered human evolution not through hereditary lines, but by a spiritual deed, the mystery of Golgotha. This event planted the seed of a new sun force into the evolution of Earth. The solar logos is seen as the source of all physical life and consciousness within a solar system. It is the intelligence of a solar system and is connected to the one source of all, or God, the supreme being in the context of a solar system, representing the sum total of all consciousness and the ultimate source of existence. In a key lecture cycle, the Gospel of St. Luke, Steiner says, Yahweh worked from the moon, Christ works from the sun. This is not metaphor. To Steiner, the sun is the spiritual source of life, light, and freedom. While Yahweh gave the body, Christ gives the I, the self-conscious spirit. Blavatsky, in her esoteric cosmology, also refers to the solar logos as the true source of divine will and consciousness. While she did not identify this being as Christ in the Christian sense, she recognized that a great solar intelligence oversees our evolutionary ascent, a being she called the solar Pitri, or higher self. Thus, both Steiner and Blavatsky draw a vertical axis of evolution, from moon or from form to sun or higher consciousness, from Yahweh or ancestry to Christ, or the solar logos, to a freedom and spiritual evolution. Solar beings and the future of humanity. What does it mean to become a solar being? For Steiner, it means activating the I Am, the spiritual core of selfhood. This I is not created by genes or family, but by divine freedom. It awakens through spiritual knowledge, love, and moral imagination. It is the Christ in you. Becoming solar means shifting from karma to grace, from unconscious repetition to conscious co-creation. Blavatsky described it in similar terms: the shift from personal ego to higher self, from attachment to the lunar illusions of matter to alignment with the radiant, solar truth of spirit. This is why many spiritual traditions use solar metaphors: enlightenment, illumination, radiance. We are meant to shine like the sun, not reflect light like the moon. The moon has no light of its own. It reflects the light of the sun. In the same way, Yahweh governs reflected consciousness, echoes of the past. But Christ, or the solar self, brings original light, direct, inner knowing, creative thought. Are you still under the moon? Here's the hard truth. According to both Steiner and Blavatsky, most of humanity is still lunar. We live by cycles, reactions, patterns inherited from ancestors. We live by blood, not by spirit. We conform, we reflect, we fear. We carry all the inherited traumas, sadness, bigotries of the past into the present and future. The world system, religion, politics, media, is often still under the spell of Yahweh's moon consciousness, obsessed with rules, regulations, form, control, guilt. But a shift is underway, and it's not external, it's inner. To move from moon to sun is not to reject Yahweh, but to transcend him. We can thank the Elohim, whom according to Steiner, Yahweh is the leader of, for our bodies, and then claim our freedom as spirit. This is the deeper meaning of the resurrection, not just of Jesus, but of humanity. The cosmic timeline. Where are we now? According to Steiner, we are in the midst of a great transition. The moon forces are beginning to wane, while the Christ impulse is gradually rising in the etheric realm. He says, "The moon has given us form. The sun will give us life." Blavatsky framed it within the Hindu Yuga cycle and root races. She said, "We are moving from a cycle dominated by form, the fourth root race, into one increasingly ruled by spiritual consciousness, the fifth and sixth root races. The sons of mind are being awakened by the solar logos. But the old gods do not go quietly. The moon forces cling, and many people mistake the past for the truth. This is why discernment is key. Don't confuse the God of form and law with the one God of love. Don't confuse the form with the light. Practicing solar consciousness. So how do we begin to live as a solar being? We awaken the I am and break past conditioning. In meditation, affirm your divine identity, not as ego, but as presence. I am is not a thought, it's a living force. Break ancestral patterns. Observe inherited tendencies, fears, judgments, habits, and dissolve them in the light of awareness. Yahweh lives in your bloodline. Christ lives in your freedom. Live morally and creatively. Steiner calls this moral imagination, the ability to create from love, not for rules, regulations, and the law. In other words, when you tap into your heart, you know the when, how, and what to do at the right time. Work with the sun, literally and spiritually. Rise with the sun. Honor it. Absorb its light. The sun is the body of the Logos. From shadow to radiance. You are not here to remain in lunar reflection. You are here to become a solar being. Yahweh gave you a body. Christ offers you spirit. The moon reveals the past. The sun unveils the future. The choice is yours. Awareness is everything. If you'd like to know more about the esoteric mysteries of our planet, our solar system, and how to tap into your higher source, please like, subscribe, and click the notification button for updates.